Today, from Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada, it's Week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports. And the Las Vegas Raiders taking on Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, there's nothing quite like it. That feeling of beginning another NFL season, and these two squads are going to do just that in a moment.
And what makes it so exciting is the range of possibilities these teams have before them, because we could be seeing one of these teams earn the Lombardi Trophy in February, while the other, they could earn the #1 draft pick in April or anything in between. And we've got the best seat in the house every step of the way.
So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by Gardner Minshew's 6th-round selection in 2019 out of Washington State.
And how about this young man? Took the NFL world by storm as a 6th-round rookie, signature mullet, mustache, but 21 touchdowns for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Great personality, and everyone gravitates towards this guy. Teammates love to win with a quarterback who leads them like that, and fans love to root for a guy who seems just like them.
And that is incomplete. Jacoby Myers, the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down. Off play action, it's Minshew. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And some space here. It's picked up by the Broncos. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
And Denver getting set to take the field. They'll run it. Here's the rookie from Ohio State. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front, and the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Nix to the air. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Second and 10. To throw, here's Nix. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. To throw is Nix. his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down. Now Lutz for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Lutz is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30.
Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. They fumbled the last time they had the football. Fortunate that it only led to a field goal. 3-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, just the last thing you want to see here in the first quarter of a new season. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll step aside for a moment.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Minshew.
Short throw caught by Bowers.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage. On 2nd down, Minshew. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 44-yard line.
On the handoff, it's Laube.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Alex Singleton, a former Canadian League star, in on the stop. Here's 2nd and 10.
Here's Minshew.
On the out route, this is Adams with a catch.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Minshew sets to throw. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a 1st down.
Well, that one hurts. I mean, was 3rd down, of course, but now the penalty, and we're back to 1st down.
Yeah, it hurts momentum in a big way, and they built that up here in the early going. Now, that leaves the opposition with a 1st down. That's a mistake you don't want to make at this point in the game.
Minshew on the throw led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. Open man is Myers. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. From the gun, Minshew to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Adams. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
4th down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
Yeah, this is going to put them back with a not great field position.
So they really got 0 benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
From the 20, here's a 2nd and 8.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Here's 3rd and 3.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On 1st down, they'll run it on the draw play. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
Here's Nix.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's McLaughlin. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the 1st.
Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession.
And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Out of the gun is Minshew. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So on 4th down, here's A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders.
And Marvin Mims deep for Denver.
It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10.
Denver's offense ready to go again. The last series form a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down.
And after that play, we've got an injury.
And it appears to be to Courtland Sutton. We always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. Second down and 6 now from the 42. And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. And they'll accept that penalty. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Running right, here's Estime. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
On third down, they'll try and run for it on the draw. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. They'll score that a 36-yard punt.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves.
There he goes, left side.
Look at the big man rumble. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Brock Bowers.
67 yards. And the Raiders have taken the lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers, or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 10-3. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
This to the back of the landing zone. He'll return it from the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Denver's offense now set to go. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Nix on first down.
Now a leaping catch. He's got it.
And he'll be stopped at his tracks right at the 33.
And the offense moving quickly to the line.
On 1st and 10, here's Nix.
And a throw right sideline is complete.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 48-yard line. Now it's Nix. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good. And it's second down.
Well, they've had success getting the ball to him out of the backfield, but this time they had a man right on him. He was able to break that play up before he could get started.
The pass there complete to Sutton. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 37. Back to the air with Nix.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's McLaughlin. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Throwing Nix.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24.
He'll get that complete to Franklin.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that will bring up 2nd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that is caught. What a catch at the 3-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
And coming into this ball game, this was an offense that wasn't just talking about the notion of ball control. They were preaching it. They wanted to win the time of possession battle, and they've done so here. This drive's taken up quite a bit of the first quarter. Now they are set up 1st and goal.
A chance for a first touchdown drive of the year. It's 1st and goal.
They hand off to their big tight end. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
Nix to throw on 2nd down.
And they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down. Ouch, could have been a game-tying touchdown. They'll have to hold on that at least for now.
Ouch in a big way, like ripping the Band-Aid off there. Can they let the sting subside and come back and get it done?
On 2nd down, it's Nix.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Broncos. A great effort there with his first career touchdown in his first career game.
And the Broncos are an extra point away from evening this one up.
There you go, Charles. His first touchdown pass of the new season.
And he had a strong rookie year. So much more expected of him this one, as you might imagine. He threw that one with confidence and assuredness.
And I noticed that the celebration a little bit more subdued than his first touchdown pass last year as a rookie.
Yeah, he certainly is acting like he's done it before.
Lutz with the extra point. And we are even at 10 apiece. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. A carry here for Laube.
And a nice run past the 30-yard line there.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Good hands there defensively. And 2nd down. On the ground, it's Laube.
And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Again, and now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And no sidestepping that hit. He's going to be brought down hard, and it also sets up 4th down.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line.
And that flag accepted.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20.
55 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. Nix to throw on 1st down. That's caught. It's Marvin Mims.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Looking to throw. Nix. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find the answers, and they've got to find them quick.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 44-yard line. Back to throw. Nix. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. So a decent gain there, but not their 4th consecutive first down like they had on the first 3 plays.
You sound almost disappointed there. You want to fire the offensive coordinator on that one or what?
They'd gotten into a rhythm. I thought they were just going to keep going.
Well, almost a win for the defense, but if that's your win, you're not doing very well right now.
They'll go play action with Nix.
He'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 25-yard line. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Now 2nd and 5. Nix from the shotgun. That's taken in by Franklin.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive.
On play action, here's Nix.
Sliding out of the pocket.
That's taken in by Dulcich.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
A first carry now for Jaleel McLaughlin.
But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it. But in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
Throwing on 1st and 10 is Nix. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. 2nd and 10, we're all knotted up at 10, but it appears that may change soon. Only question is, will they have to settle for 3?
They showed some tough running, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line. This offense so far on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This time it's 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Nix. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown.
Jaleel McLaughlin.
A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Broncos go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to throw it, Minshew.
Short throw caught by Bowers.
And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6.
They'll look to throw. That's complete into the hands of Myers. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. Looking to throw. And it's complete to Adams. And he'll be taken down right away up near midfield at the 47. It'll be Minshew again. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 39-yard line. They'll look to throw here. And the Broncos get there and take him down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
When you spend your first-round pick on a pass rusher, you are absolutely counting on him to be an impact player. And there you go. Right away, he gets to the quarterback.
And guess what? Likely the first of many that we're going to see from that young man. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll set up to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd down and 5. On the handoff, McLaughlin.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
They'll run. It's McLaughlin.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
But they're certainly not neglecting their run duties as well as they ate up the blockers in front and allowed the secondary to get home.
On 2nd down, it's Estime.
And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Denver. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at the 18. 35 yards that time on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like, because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge, because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Throwing on 2nd down now, Minshew. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. They'll go play action here with Minshew. That's caught at the 25. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage, because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play, with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch, because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. Now a 2nd and 10.
They'll drop to throw. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This is 3rd and 1, very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They're going to look to throw.
And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
49 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
Knicks now on 1st and 10.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack.
Multiple defenders in there to bring him down as this quarter comes to an end.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter.
Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
This taken in right around the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Broncos offense set to begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Well, you hate that defensively. They had him pretty well corralled, but the face mask, that obviously changes things.
Yeah, it's a bit frustrating because you feel like you did everything right. You had him stop, but the hand gets up just a little too high, and the natural inclination is to hold on, and that's going to get called every time.
The give is to McLaughlin.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory.
Christian Wilkins there defensively for the stop.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
The false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on second down.
Operating from the gun, here's Nix.
Over the middle, complete. That's McLaughlin. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on third down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right, they need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped.
Off the play fake, Nix.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
A carry from McLaughlin. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 66 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Naturally so. The defense was keyed in on everyone but the back on that play, and it took them an extra second to react when he got the carry. It's still a tough third down to pick up here, but a lot more manageable after an excellent carry on second down.
Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown.
Marvin Mims high in the air to bring it in. And the Broncos go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
That time a 6-play drive, and it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos.
On the return, Dylan Laube. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
Well, there's no doubt in my mind that he dreamed of this. How about this for your debut? Second sack in the opener.
Yeah, it's great to get 1. That's memorable. 2? Hello.
But he dreamed about it. He thought about it. Did he ever expect it to happen? Probably not.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
They'll run with Laube.
Evades the tackler, and now some space.
He's still on his feet. He's on his way.
And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line.
It's a big play there for Vegas.
67 yards. And a guy that can change the game shows you a glimpse of it right there, taking the ball down inside the red zone.
It just tells you how tough it is for a defense. You just hold on all game and essentially hold your breath. Will they break a big one on us at any point during the game? It just happened right there.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
He'll drop to throw. He gets it to die outright. No gain on the screen there at second down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass, and sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they're able to get to him on it.
And power running here down to the 6-yard line.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Now back to throw. And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line. It was the safety blitz that ultimately did the job, and they're going to credit him with a sack.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
On 4th down, here's Daniel Carlson for the Raider field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here.
Carlson able to put this one through. And then we'll get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the third quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
To throw, here's Nix. Throw left side complete. That's McLaughlin. So they get nothing out of that play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Working out of the gun is Nix. Flush to his right. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. And quickly they get to the line. To throw is Nix. To the 40 and no further. So the broken tackle didn't get him much. Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll make it 2nd down. Here's McLaughlin. And he'll pick up about 3 there, up to the 43. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
On 3rd down, it's Estime. And it's not going to be enough here. A gain of 4, about 2 feet short of the marker, 4th down.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop him short of a 1st down.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder. It puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Minshew's throw taken in by Adams. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now a handoff up the middle. Dive. And this is going to be a Raiders 1st down as the tackle made at about the 38.
Well, you know they had a 3rd down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Raider linemen might have been moving.
And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
Over the middle, hooks up with a tight end, Bowers. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. I couldn't take the chance. This will be returned from the goal line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. We've seen him be good so far. He's hoping to continue that trend here in quarter number 3.
And typically when you see guys running it this well, they see the game in slow motion, don't they? They see the cuts happen. They see the blocks happen. They feel really good about their vision. And then they use their legs to find that open space.
And he's had some good help up front to boot. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Nix to the air. He completes this to Sutton. And right around the 20, he'll head out of bounds. 14 yards that time for number 14.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. On the ground, here's McLaughlin. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 90 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. McLaughlin, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Straight ahead, Estime. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th. On 3rd down, it's McLaughlin, and some room to roam now. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Up the middle they go. McLaughlin. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now they'll change things up. On the give, it's Estime. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
Now, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Estime once more. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Now Lutz for the field goal try. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Forced out to his left. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll run on 3rd down with Brown. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas first down. Up the middle they go with McAllister. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Minshew, 1st and 10. Open man is Myers. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Throwing on 1st down is Minshew. It's Myers again with another catch. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Here's Minshew. Dye's got it, complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. And this offense on 3rd down today, not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Minshew sets to throw. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
The kick by Carlson is good, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up.
Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And the offense is able to pounce on it inside the 5-yard line.
Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
Very fortunate to get another shot. Here's 2nd and goal. Brown is going backwards as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line.
A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
That's a really alert defense there, because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
3rd and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. Now Minshew. And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet, or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The football going back over to the Denver Broncos. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. They'll begin on the ground with Estime.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
They'll go again with Estime. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
And this is the worry, because sometimes you can get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
They'll hand it to Estime.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Well, some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10.
They'll run straight ahead with Brooks. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
From the 44-yard line, here's a 2nd and 8. Up the middle with Brooks here. And they'll hold him to 3 there as he takes this up to the 47.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line, because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed him down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
On the ground, it's Estime.
And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Back to throw. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Look in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 75 yards receiving for him now. And it's a 1st down. Out of the gun is Minshew. And Dye has it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Again, Minshew looking to throw. On the move past the 40. And down to the 29-yard line. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Again, he'll drop to throw. It's caught here by Adams. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Here comes 2nd down at 5. Now Minshew. On the out route, this is Adams with a catch. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. Here now, 3rd down. Here's Minshew. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Minshew. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. 2nd down, goal to go. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. He's back to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Gardner Minshew with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Raiders are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the post, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime. Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all. Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish. You obviously don't have a flight to catch. Tomorrow. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. So that drive, 12 plays in length. What a start to the season this has been. Back and forth, all tied fourth quarter as the kick is away here. And coming out now, the Broncos. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. Here's Nix. And that is incomplete.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now on 4th down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made, in my estimation.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. They can still get into field goal range, partner. They got to work quickly, though.
I agree with you totally. Find a way to get the ball downfield and out of bounds. In a perfect world, they know what hash they want to get to for their kicker, and they already know the distance that he feels comfortable. That'll dictate what they do on offense.
See if they can get in his range. Here's 2nd and a yard. Back to throw here. And Dye brings it in. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
All 3 timeouts remain. How much that'll matter remains to be seen. It's 1st and 10. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They've just likely won this thing in regulation.
And that score in this time frame, that's like a big reveal at the end of a great movie, isn't it? Out of nowhere, almost, it appears. They get it done. How about that score?
The finishes like this is why we love sports. This is why we love the game of football.
So glad that we got to be here to watch this one.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he's going to go out of bounds on the return. He won't even get this thing back to the 10-yard line. This is 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
Well,
this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for the Raiders, it was a hard-fought game, and they'll exit 1-0 as they win by a touchdown. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com.
Celebration time tonight on the Strip as we say so long from Las Vegas.